Hey guys, so I thought I would do a different kind of video today. So often I feel like I hear myself saying like, "Ugh, I wish so-and-so would come out with such and such." So I thought I would do a list of 9 things that I wish my favorite makeup companies would come out with in the year 2019. So I have 2 companies that appear on this list twice, but everything else is from like different companies. So let me just go ahead and start off with Tom Ford. You guys know how much I love Tom Ford. So the first thing I wish Tom Ford would come out with is a large eyeshadow palette. The largest eyeshadow palettes he comes out with are quads. I would love to see 8, like 2 quads, like just a beautiful big palette of like 8 of his shadows. They could be mixed textures. They could be all of that like wet dry formula. I don't really care. I would just love to have a nice big palette. And I kept thinking that and I kept thinking that. And then this year he released those private eyeshadows, which are those single eyeshadows, each with like this fancy component. And I was like, why singles? I mean, I like them. I like the private eyeshadows. I did not like the extreme shadows, the ones that come in the silver packaging. Those were awful. But I was like, why singles? Why can't we do like 8, 12 eyeshadows? Or if those singles could pop out and Tom Ford could come out with like a nice, beautiful palette where you could pop them all into, that would be awesome too. But some place or something where I could have like a lot of Tom Ford eyeshadows in like a beautiful Tom Ford component. That would make me so happy. The next thing I would love to see from Tom Ford, and I don't understand why they don't have this, I'm like 99.9% sure they don't have this, please correct me if I'm wrong, is loose powder. I would love to see like a beautiful, either like natural skin finish type of loose powder for them, or a finishing powder maybe that has like a little bit of like a frosty sheen to it. I think that would be amazing. I think they're the only makeup company out there that has like a full line of beauty that doesn't have like a loose powder. I think that's very, very odd. So I would love to see a loose powder from them. One that is not scented. A scent-free loose powder from Tom Ford. That would make me very happy. So the next brand where I have 2 things that I would love to see them release is Pat McGrath. So I would love if Pat McGrath came out with blushes, just powder blushes. I think that would be so awesome. I would buy them all up, as you guys know. I would also love to see like, how would she design a compact, like a pressed powder compact? Like what would her design be? Would it be that little cardboard? Would it be more of like a plastic component like her lipsticks? Like I would really love to see what she would do for like a pressed powder component. I would also love to see what she would do for blushes. Would she make them matte? Would she make them with a sheen? Would she make them really kind of like high shine? Would she make them glittery? I think that would be so much fun to see from her. I would assume that she would have some sort of like glitter type of blush. I don't even think she would call it a blush. It would just be some sort of like skin body product, like something you could put anywhere, but that they had kind of like blush tones to them. That would be my prediction if Pat McGrath were to come out with some sort of like blush situation. The other thing I would love to see Pat McGrath come out with is, well, at first I was thinking foundation because that's just sort of like a natural like leap, but I think I would want to see something a little bit more innovative from her. Something along the lines, not like this, but something along the lines of like the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless filter, because that ends up being just sort of like a cream highlighter, which is beautiful and I love, but I feel like Pat McGrath could kind of use that concept, like have some sort of base product that could be used as like a skin perfector. Could be used as a foundation, not really. It could be spot applied. It could be used under foundation, over foundation, like something really, really cool. Maybe something less pearly than the Hollywood Flawless filter, but something maybe more glossy. That's always kind of what I think of when I think of Pat McGrath makeup. It's always kind of very, very glossy. So I don't know. I feel like that would be so cool. Like something just really out of left field from her, I think would be really, really fun. Okay, so the next thing I would love to see happen is a stick foundation from La Mer. I love their reparative skin tint, as you know, which they're discontinuing. I think they're coming out with a replacement for that. We'll see. And I love their foundation, the one that comes in the bottle and the pump. I think I've decided that I don't like their cushion foundation. but that's for another video. But I think that they could do really well if they did a stick foundation, something that was really kind of like nourishing to the skin, but it's like long lasting. It's not too greasy. It's not too drying. Just a really nice like La Mer version of a stick foundation, I think would be really, really cool. And then we have Charlotte Tilbury. So I would love to see her come out with, I don't know, 3 to 5 different shades of bronzers, just pressed powder bronzers in a beautiful rose gold compact, maybe just like her pressed powder, of just bronzers. I feel like she has that Sculpt and Glow. She has the Sculpt color in there, which is definitely very cool toned. She has the Beauty Contour Wand. That's like a nice contour, like cream contour. But I would love to see her just come out with powder bronzers because she does like highlights. She does contour so well. I feel like her bronzers would be so amazing, especially if they're as finely milled as her pressed powders. I think that would be so awesome. I think that would just be such a hit. So Charlotte, if you could do a whole range of bronzers, I would be such a happy camper. Speaking of pressed powder, I would love it if Surratt Beauty would come out with a pressed powder. Right now he has a loose powder that is in a compact. So you like flip it open. It almost looks like a cushion foundation compact. So you flip it open and then it's got this lid and you flip that open. It ends up being very, very messy for me. I don't know if it's because I'm kind of spastic, but it's really, really messy. And then the powder for me, this loose powder it's just a little bit too thick. What gave me the idea are his new concealer palettes. So you get those 2 concealers at the top and then that strip at the bottom is like this like setting powder for your concealer, and they're beautiful. Like those powders are impeccable, and it just got me thinking that it would be so awesome if you just had a pressed powder. Like that would be great. So Troy, if you're watching, pressed powder please. Thank you. Okay, we're down to the last 2. So Chantecaille. I would love to see Chantecaille come out with a whole range of highlighters, just powder, pressed powder highlighters. They come out with highlighters in their like limited edition collections, but they don't really have any as part of their regular line. And much like Charlotte Tilbury, actually, I think their powders are even more finely milled than Charlotte Tilbury's. They're much, much finer and silkier to the touch. And they have this beautiful range of powders. They have these 2 like HD perfecting powders. They have this beautiful line of bronzers. I have 2 of those. They're gorgeous. And I just think they would do such a beautiful, like subtle, glossy highlight, much like their 20th anniversary, that moonlit pearl one that they came out with. Like, why don't we just make a whole bunch of those? One with like a pink shift, one with a gold shift, one that's a little bit deeper, one that's more for fair skin. I think they would do such an amazing job if they just released highlighters as part of the regular collection. And then this last thing, I'm not sure if it has existed or if it does exist and it's hard to find. I haven't been able to find anything like this, but the Guerlain Meteorites scent, that violet scent, I think they just need to go berserk with that. They have a perfume that doesn't smell exactly like it. I think the original, or at least the one that came before the one that they just released this year, was closer. This one definitely is like a little bit fruitier. It's a little sweeter than what the powder smells like. I just feel like they should just capitalize on that scent, that fragrance, come out with a candle, come out with like a body spray, come out with a perfume that smells exactly like that, lotion, shower gel, shampoo, like come out with everything, because I would probably buy it all up. I really, really love that violet scent. And I know I can get it from other perfume houses. I know that, violet, it's not like this completely unique scent, but I think Guerlain should really capitalize on that. And I just keep thinking, like, if they play off of the whole meteorites thing, like they could have candles that are round and different colors. They could have just a normal pillar candle, but there's like balls in there. Like, you could do so many cool things with the meteorites concept, those little balls, and with that scent. I just think it would be so awesome. And I don't know why they don't do that. I don't know why they don't do that. I mean, lock me in a room, give me like 2 days, and I could probably come up with like 20 different products you could come out with that scent and that ball concept, those meteorites concepts. I just don't know why not everything under the sun exists already for the Guerlain meteorites. There should be a whole line. So that is it. Those are my 9 dream products from some of my favorite makeup brands. Products that I wish they would just come out with already. Let's see this in 2019. That would make me so happy. Let me know down below what some of your dream products are. I would love to hear it. I have more. I just needed to pare it down, and I wanted to do like a 9 in 2019. I didn't have enough for 19. Anyway, let me know what some of your dream products are down below. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe down below if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video.